Well, I'm Alistair MacLeod, and I actually work for Transition University of St Andrews. So I'm based down in Fife, in the East Nuke, and I've been involved in the Fife Communities Climate Action Network really since its initiation, I suppose since 2012. There's always been a network in Fife, or as far as I know, groups working on environmental issues, but it was formally constituted back in 2015, and with a strong link to SCAN and the work they're doing. So we really took their constitution and the support that they give to create ours. We didn't really reinvent the wheel in much of our structure. We took that sort of lead, and that was quite deliberate, I guess, because we saw it as an important part of supporting the SCAN network, and that their work was that network was valid and aligned with what we were trying to achieve. We got some funding. That was really important, I think, to take us to the next level, because to grow our membership, even though we did have this kind of loose network of groups, we really needed somebody in post. So with SCAN's help, we put in an application, and essentially SCAN were the applicant on our behalf, and was able to administer the funding for that post and also pay the development worker. So it's very lightweight from our point of view. We didn't need a formal structure, a bank account or anything to get that going, but it meant that we had a worker that could really go out and do the legwork in terms of developing the membership, helping us to curate our events program, although it was really volunteers that sort of did a lot of that. But it was just really important to have a bit more oomph with the publicity and our setting up our website, for example, and things like that. So our aims, which I guess you guys are discussing, similar to SCAN's, we're about empowering our local communities to work on those similar themes as well: local resilience, economic sort of issues, as well as well-being. And we've got hopefully a network of mutual support, so we help each other. We're not competing, essentially. We're trying to share best practice, work together on bigger issues. Importantly, look at the barriers for working with our local authorities, or the ideas, the opportunities of working with our local authority and the kind of bigger structures. Promoting practical community-led action on climate change in Fife. And we're part of, I suppose, our main link into Fife Council is really through the Fife Community Planning Partnership. So having a representative on the group we saw as being really important to influencing decision-making and the developments of plans with Fife Council. And also raising shared issues where we're all aware as communities, as community groups, that we have an issue that we want to raise, but as a small community group, you can't do it that efficiently with regards to a big structure like a council. So having that community, a recognised community structure or network, gave us a stronger voice there. And of course, sharing learning and networking across the area. So our networking events have been really important. We try to run 4 a year, and they were location based. So we would go to projects, we would get a feel for what they're doing, and then run some sort of workshop activity, trying to, usually around a theme, but trying to generate some kind of action-based result out of it that was either, go ahead, go to Fife Council, this is an issue, or for us as a network to actually work together stronger. And they ranged you know, they range across, I guess, the whole theme. But it's always nice. There's usually a good couple of visits to community gardens in the summer, which is always welcome. Yeah, and then engagement council, I guess, it's been fairly successful in certainly with the development of the CCAP and the sort of climate Fife, which we've been able to work on, say sharing common issues. So things like electric vehicle charge points, or plastic, sort of dealing with Fife-wide sort of plastic issues, that kind of thing. And also having a voice on the Fife Environment Partnership as well. So we've recently, interestingly, we went from being a very lightweight organisation with SCAN as our kind of banker, our admin support, and that's been really critical in getting going. But just in the last few weeks, we've taken a step forward with regards to creating a community interest company. And that's in recognition that if we wanted to take the opportunity offered by Fife Council to look at community renewables, then we needed to create a much more a legal structure so that we can enter into contracts and generate our own funding, or apply for funding ourselves. And also aligned with the what's going to be, I guess, going into the future, the lottery Climate Action Fund project that we're a partner in with Greener Kirkcaldy, Fife Council and Fife College, which is a 18-month project looking at 12 different strands of work. So very, very broad, but the idea is to explore different ways of working within the network and come up with a much longer, or a larger project, I guess, with the lottery, but also, yeah, develop some learning. And importantly for that project, it's about moving out of, I guess, where we've got our base of climate action, which tends to be in the east and the south, and then trying to really develop, support climate action in the west of Fife, where there isn't many groups. So that's quite a key thing. So that was just a brief run through. We're all volunteers, so I support FiveCan as I can, and I'm one of the directors on that group. So yeah, any questions?